Live. my hand got stuck.
Did they get that? Did they get that?
No, I don't think you got that.
I was listening. I upload the audio every week, and I always like that. You start the show. Boop. Usually by saying we're live or we're on or something.
Yeah.
I think you usually say we're live.
I think so.
And I was like, that'd be funny if this week you're like, oop, we're live. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon here in the East Coast, United States of America, Boston, south part of it. Yeah, stoned podcast today. I'm stoned. Paul's stoned. We just got stoned together. I was stoned when I walked in the door.
And you also, like a magic pen.
I had this magic pen, so
set to 11.
Set to 11. I got this pen last night. I've got tons of these cartridges. People keep giving me cartridges. Okay. But I'm like, I don't have the thing, and I don't know. You know, when I go online, I really felt like old and out of touch.
You didn't know exactly, because there's so many, too.
There's so many, and I'm going, man, I'm actually...
I just got the one at the dispensary.
I'm calling a young comic going like, hey, like, get me the pen. Get me one of those pens.
How'd this internet work?
Yeah, because I get calls like that, you know, and I'm calling a young comic going like, I need the pen. I got the cartridge, but I need the pen, dude. Set it up. Just set it up for me. I'll give you the money, you know?
Doesn't work in my bong.
So this dude... It hooks me up with this pen.
One.
Yeah, and it comes with a charger too.
That's the best one I've ever seen.
USB charger, $20.
They all come with chargers.
So I was psyched about that, and so anyway, I'm getting high. Like I was saying to Pat,
easy.
It's good and bad.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where I realize I'm like, man, I have little to no self-control.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
you're that rat that like when they test cocaine on rats.
I'm that
it's
guy.
Like,
it's in my personality.
Yeah.
Running. Bowling, soccer,
pressing this button, get really stoned.
Press this button to enjoy this moment a little bit more than you already are.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
going to movies. That's the best. That's why I bought one.
It's the best for movies.
Purely for movies.
The bowling alley, I love it.
Bowling alley, yeah.
I didn't take it to. I haven't taken it to Fenway because I don't want it to get taken away.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a Fenway. Like they catch it in. They have metal detectors.
Yeah, and those guys would love that.
Yeah, Bulgers. Yeah, exactly. It's a great deal. But they're really nice. It's not as intense of a high as smoking weed, I don't think. So it's not gonna,
I think it's pure THC. So it's
I can kind of, as
more dialed in.
As I'm smoking it, it's more like a champagne buzz, I kind of feel like.
Yeah.
But you don't even realize sometimes, like, bop, 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 and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm fucking high as shit.
Yeah.
And I need like 5 minutes.
Because you're having like crazy thoughts.
I just caught myself saying funny things. Like I was like, I don't really love small talk, but when I'm like smoking this thing, I'm like, don't you just love this song? Like stuff like that, you know? Or I was smoking this and I was walking here and I saw a sparrow and I was like, the sparrows seem like they have been walking more lately instead of flying. That means it's definitely getting hotter.
That's the highest thing I've ever heard you say.
That's so funny, dude. And then I was like, you are high. If you fucking just thought sparrows are walking more lately, I've noticed. And that's because it's hot and they don't want to fly because that's tiring.
You know, I'm going to like look out for this now, though.
No. I already go. What's funny, though, is, I mean, I smoke a lot. I've been smoking kind of, it's summer, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not that busy.
Yeah.
Ish.
I'm going the other way. I've been smoking almost no weed.
I've been smoking kind of a lot. The more allergy season, I feel like I smoke more.
That makes no sense, though.
I know.
You'd think it would fuck you up a little bit.
It does, but I just...
You just power through.
I do a lot of coffee during allergy season because allergies make me sleepy.
All right.
And then I guess I smoke weed probably to like counteract a little bit of the coffee. I don't know. Just all works out that way. I feel like
it might, because I don't drink as much coffee, so that might be what's going on. Maybe my weed and coffee thing is related, like you're saying.
I mean, coffee and weed, I do think are very related. They're kind of yin and yang.
They're both good too.
But yeah, you don't want to be hitting this thing all day; it'll kill your tolerance. So I've been trying to kind of limit myself to just taking it out when I do comedy and stuff. So it's after my set anyway. But it is not. It is.
To live as like a normal person, it's nice.
Makes me more social.
Yeah, exactly.
Because instead of just being like...
Exactly. It finally makes like weed people kind of accepted.
Well, because before, I'll admit, you know, there's like this thing in your mind sometimes. Like, I just want to get back to like my lair, smoke some weed,
and then be normal,
and then
again.
feel like,
Yeah.
and then you might be there and go like, oh, now I feel like talking to people, but no one's here, you know?
Exactly.
And everyone else gets to drink and kind of, so it is nice in that way. I like, and I like to, my new favorite thing with this is, which is something I don't normally do, is like I'll sit there and I'll hit it and I'll watch my fellow comedians, and I'm enjoying like watching them a lot more.
That's interesting.
Sitting there smoking, I can enjoy it more kind of like as a fan. It's like listening to your own music play back or something, or listening to.
Because you had when you were out in public, you can't drink, or you don't drink, so
Yeah.
you have no way of intoxication.
No, I mean, I can go out to my car and smoke weed and come
It's
back
still
in,
weird,
which I
though.
do, but there's
Still weird.
there's something to that, and I
Yeah.
just don't do that as much as I used to. That's the funny thing about this pen, is it's been making me feel like, oh yeah, this kind of is reminding me of like the grandma's basement days when I was just like high all the time. Like I'd be driving up to gigs, smoking the whole way, and just didn't really affect me that much.
It's kind of a blast.
Yeah, I think it's an okay thing to do here and there. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So what was funny today though was I had this audition today, and it was a fairly physical audition, like a lot of physical comedy. I had this pen in my pocket, and it's fucking got that little button on it, and I got kind of tight jeans on, and it was like pumping out. So I didn't even notice. I thought, oh wow, I smell a little bit of like weed in the air, and I'm going, it's probably the pen, just I'm smelling it, you know? But I just thought like I caught a whiff of it.
This is hilarious.
But then I realized like I'm pumping out.
You
like,
made a vapor?
I'm pumping out like weed vapor.
Oh my God.
Because I'm doing, like, there was an act out, like I'm doing like this, so it must have been like every time I'm going like.
Did you
like,
see it?
No, but the smell was strong as shit. So,
dude, that'd be so funny if you're doing bicycle and then your steam just starts coming out of you.
Well, that was what was so crazy. One of the sketches we did was in a steam room. One of like the shots we did was in a steam room.
Did anyone pick up on it?
Well, so here's the thing. So, luckily, it wasn't like this. You know, it wasn't like PepsiCo audition in the middle of like this corporate thing. It was a bunch of people that I've worked with before.
Yeah.
And it was in a office, cool environment where it was like, I just took a temperature of the room.
Yeah.
And I go straight up. I just take it out. I mean, we're in Massachusetts, right? So I look around, I take a temperature of the room, and I go straight up, everyone. My weed pen just got activated. It's like heating up in my pocket, and I could feel it. And I'm sort of laughing, and everyone dies laughing. And one of the guys is like, I could smell it. I was like wondering. He was like, it smells good in here. And then another guy's like, he's like, don't worry about it. He holds up his weed pen, and man. It was just. And then
I am Spartacus.
Yeah, my fellow actor was like, he was like, I thought I smelled something. We were all laughing about it because obviously it wasn't like,
oh man,
heavy. Just
does that make you feel weird though? It was the only. Sometimes I think weed was the only thing that made me cool.
I was thinking.
I'm just
I don't know. I do. I have a joke. I have a bit about that right now.
Soccer moms are like.
Well, I have a bit about how the perception changed from that guy's a pothead to that guy knows his shit about weed. He knows his marijuana. He's like a weed expert.
I know. But doesn't it kind of suck?
Potheads have become experts. You know?
Yeah, like gross wine or craft beer people.
I don't mind it though. You know, one thing I didn't like, and this could be this could be like not cool, but I didn't like the whole medicine. Like it is medicine.
Oh, dude,
and
you're preaching to the choir.
It is medicine, and people use it as medicine.
Yeah,
but that thing LA and Cali was pushing hard for a while, like. Well, what do they say? Like sometimes, like when I get my medicine, when I medicate, it's like, dude, if you're just recreationally smoking, stop saying you're medicating. It's lame and kind of too real, bro.
I don't. It was always like disingenuous though. It was always
Yeah, the medicine thing was to get it legal.
Yeah, which is fine. That's how we do things. It's
Yeah.
kind of sloppy, but like, stop using the words.
It
Stop.
should be legal.
It should be legal, and you can use it medicinally.
Yeah, for
100%.
medicine and for recreation, but that
It's great for insomnia.
So I'll use that though. I prefer this culture of
I agree.
everyone having it. My mom taking CBD and like
I agree.
I'll take that over the like I medicate, and when I buy my medicine,
Yeah.
an officer, this is my medicine.
stick it straight up my asshole,
Yeah, it's just like
and it
I don't
curbs
like
my
that.
anxiety.
yeah, I'm anxious. Everyone's anxious. I hate to start being against
It's-
anxiety, but it's
become a catch-all for every asshole.
yeah, and it's also become a catch-all for I don't like the term people call every strong emotion a panic attack or an anxiety attack.
For real, like, just feel something for once. Like, just do it.
But
Like,
it's also embarrassing stuff. I notice a lot of times in my business, people will throw temper tantrums and then say, I'm sorry, I had an anxiety attack. And it's,
no, you were probably hungover.
yeah, and I'm going,
you had
just
a little bit of
fucking, because it insults me as someone who had a panic disorder.
Legitimate.
And the kind where I thought I was going to die and really, truly believed it and truly feared death. I feel like sometimes when someone's like, I know what it was like, I sometimes feel like I know 75% what it's like to be diagnosed with cancer because I diagnosed myself with it 5,000 times. And if you really believe it,
you're right, though.
you
It's
can't
right
100%
there.
know what it's like.
It's right
obviously,
there.
but
Yeah.
it's close. And that's what I try and like impress on people when I tell them about that. It's not, for me, it wasn't, and I'm past this now, so I don't need a service animal or whatever.
Yeah.
But at that time, if someone had said this will help you, I would have been like, fuck it, let's try it. You'll try anything when you're in the thick of something like that.
But most of what's going on now isn't that.
No, most of it's not. And I hear it all the time, and it bums me out because I go, it almost probably, I've heard it from people who have real OCD who it ruins their life.
Yeah.
And then when they hear everyone who's
I have OCD.
I'm OCD about this, and I'm OCD.
I like everything. I like glasses clean.
Yeah. It's like, no, that's not being OCD to them. So I guess it's sort of like that.
Yeah, they're
I don't
rubbing
wanna
like
be-
holes into their skin. Like,
Yeah. They can't. They have no relationships
Yeah,
because they're
exactly.
so afraid of germs.
Yeah.
But I do think as someone who's like, it ruined years of my life and took hard work to not have anymore. And I think to have someone who's just kind of an asshole constantly being,
or not even an asshole, having an asshole moment.
Yeah.
And wants to just like thread that into that.
yeah, sort of make it an illness or
Hey, everybody, it's all right. I'm sorry.
I had a
We all
panic
do
attack.
it.
yeah, it's like panic
Everybody
may have
poops.
been one of the thousands of emotions that you felt for a second there.
You were just being an asshole. Most
But
of the time, people are just being selfish assholes. And that's fine, too.
That's fine too. But that's what I usually ask people if they're. That's sort of my question when someone goes, "Oh, I had a panic attack." I'm like,
Because I don't think I've ever had a panic attack.
well, and a lot of times people say it. They're like, "Oh, I had a panic attack on stage." I'm like, well, take it easy because you didn't. Because you didn't leave the stage. You didn't freak out.
No, you like
really.
melted down.
Yeah, it's a real-
Everyone's felt that in front of people.
There's a real.
It's not a panic attack.
Panic attacks are you really are afraid, truly in your heart and soul.
And if you
that
had a
you're gonna
heart
die.
condition, you could die.
Yeah, I guess so. Don't
No, you
say that
definitely could.
for the people out there who don't say that to the people who have anxiety and they think they have an undiagnosed heart condition. I'm thinking as they're thinking, they're like, "Oh, Paul just diagnosed me."
They're fine. You're fine. Or you're not.
If you, one thing though is that can sort of, it's a bright side of anxiety is it actually, people who have anxiety end up having low blood pressure. Usually you think you would have high,
Yeah, but you're so used
but
to
it's
being in
actually kind of like a
constant-
cardio workout to constantly be
Yeah.
getting in the fight or flight mode all the time.
Yeah.
So I remember going to the doctor thinking, oh my God, I'm probably have the heart of like a zillion-year-old because of all this anxiety I have. But it was the opposite. It was like everything was base. And I smoked, and I had lower numbers for a smoker, which is weird.
Because you're like a pretty much an extreme athlete.
I always try to be a fit smoker.
No, I just mean your heart.
Oh yeah, your heart's going
Yeah.
to that place of it. Yeah, it's going to the beats per minute and stuff like that. I used to think about that. And then you can also tell yourself, well, if you've survived 100 panic attacks, you can survive. Your body can take a lot.
I'm just saying, go to the doctors once. They can diagnose heart things really easy. The heart's like, they figure the heart
just
out.
listen to it.
Heart's super easy. That's like one of the easy ones.
But that's a shitty thing about those mental disorders like anxiety, though. You'll find something.
Yeah,
else.
you'll find a loophole.
There'll be something else, then you'll start worrying about your nuts or your breasts or your some type of cancer, ALS.
Yeah, I don't have that.
I still have like
I don't have any of that. I'm
still get
always
the,
gonna be fine. That's what my brain always says.
That's great.
Everything's gonna
no,
be
I still
all right.
have. That's actually a sign for me now. If I'll go. If I start to think something, I'll go. Oh man, like you're slipping. Like you need to
something. You're not.
You
doing
need to
something.
eat or drink or you're not getting enough. Like something is
rest
fucked
or
up.
something. Yeah.
This, if you want to get real personal, for me, it always creeps up when I'm like ignoring a huge problem. If I have like a fucking, huge bill I'm just ignoring, or the worst it was when I was years and years ago, and I was in a bad relationship and I was just kind of pretending I wasn't.
Yeah.
That was when my anxiety was at its worst as a sober dude.
Because it has to manifest.
So it's like
somehow.
stuff like that I've learned. I kind of learned like if I'm right in my life, I'll be cool.
Yeah.
But if I start kind of playing games and sort of fucking lying to myself, these things will creep up.
100%. That's with everyone though.
So if I start going, like sometime, like the other day, like I had like a muscle cramp. This was like a couple weeks ago. I had like a muscle cramp, and I go, it could be a muscle cramp, could be ball cancer too. I was like, that's weird that you thought that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what's going on? And then it was like, oh yeah, I gotta like, I have to buy a bunch of things, and I'm thinking about that. And it's,
yeah.
And then you just go, all right, take a run and fucking forget about it.
Yeah.
But
Take a
it's
shower.
Yeah, all that stuff, and it's years of. But when you're at a certain point, you can have that quick 1 second thought of, oh, I wonder if that's ball cancer. And it's just like sets off this shot of adrenaline that you can't get over for an hour or 2 hours.
It's definitely true.
Just one thought, when you're in that thing, it's a hard thing, but it's totally something most people can get over very easily with like major,
doesn't have
changes.
to almost happen a few times, and then you're like, that happened and that happened.
Yeah,
I know I was fine.
A lot of times people go to the ER.
Yeah,
It's something I get a lot of emails about. Like
that's crazy.
I've given this book recommendation, this Mingyor Rinpoche. I've recommended his book to so many people that people joke like that I should get like a deal or something like that. But it's true. I've probably 20 people have probably bought that book on my recommendation, because he's a guy, he's a Buddhist monk who can break down meditation in why it works in a scientific way.
Yeah.
And so even if you're not a spiritual person whatsoever, you can read this book and realize that there's just huge benefits in maybe becoming a spiritual person in some way.
Just be quiet, for 20 minutes a day.
Introspective, slow it down.
And think. Let yourself think.
But the tough truth is, if it takes years to develop some shit, it's going to take a year to undevelop it.
Definitely does.
So you just have to learn to enjoy that
does.
process.
That's definitely true.
Get into trying to make things better. Anyway, let's get into something funny while we're on this, because this just happened.
What?
The Dalai Lama. Did you hear about that today?
Yeah. Fucking asshole.
I
hate the Dalai Lama.
I have 2 theories. I have 2 to 3 theories about it. First theory is he's being misinterpreted somehow.
No, I don't think so. I think you're being kind.
Second theory is he's well, this kind of is tied into the first theory. I think he means not like she needs to be, like I want her to be, or I think he's being bluntly honest in that he's saying humanity.
You think?
He's speaking,
I think we could take an Ugmo. I'd take an Ugmo for a spiritual leader. I don't think I don't need a.
Though that's sort of a look-see here into something a lot of women.
It's a sexist thing.
A lot of
yeah.
women are surprised. A lot of American Western women are surprised when they go to Tibet and China and Japan on these missions sometimes to be strong, like, you know, you want to be high level Buddhist.
Yeah.
And then they go and they realize that, holy shit, like women are kind of subjugated.
Same bullshit everywhere. Everything's
Yeah.
the same fucking bullshit.
Any old fashioned thing.
Any fucking club that people want to make. Look at this fucking ugly bastard. Fuck him.
He's I don't know. I always liked the Dalai Lama, but I don't know. I heard about this. It kind of made me laugh because
I hate it.
I was trying to think of it from a Buddhist perspective, and I was like, I think he might just be being honest with, like, he's not a guy who's gonna play any sort of spin game. And if someone asks him a question like that, he's just gonna, I'm surprised it's taken
His
this
thought
long.
process is wrong, right?
I'm surprised it took the Dalai Lama this long to answer a question incorrectly like this.
That's a good point.
You know, because he answers things very bluntly all the time, and people kind of usually just like what he says.
That's a good point.
But this time it doesn't gel with the Western way of thinking. But I think I'm playing a little bit of devil's
But
advocate.
it is gelling with it really is. Like, it's the core of the Western thinking, if you really think about it. We pretend it's not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's saying. And I'm playing devil's advocate, which is a funny term, a phrase to use with the Dalai Lama. But
For a guy in his pajamas.
But I think he's saying the human race, if we want to keep the Dalai Lama as this thing people love, the human race won't love an uggo.
I didn't get that from any of this, but I like what you're saying. I do agree with what you're saying, but I just kind of felt like he was like, yeah, I want to have big fucking cans.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's the headline. But I think the word attractive translated from Tibetan to English might be a little
different.
Yeah. One thing I've learned reading a lot of stuff from Tibet and a lot of Buddhist literature is that it's they have a lot of words for things we don't even have words for.
Tibetan, that's the name of the language. Let's translate.
I don't know. It's definitely not the name of the language. But he gave that interview in English. She interviewed him in English, and he gave it in English. But I'm just saying he speaks.
But yeah, how he's gonna choose his words, it's gonna be a little awkward.
He doesn't speak he's not a fluent English speaker, I don't think.
Give him the benefit of the doubt. One time, do you ever go through like your Twitter list and like unblock people like after you like every once in a while?
I accidentally block people and unfollow people and do crazy shit all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works. And I also know it's not me all the time. My Twitter numbers go up and down.
It's
Weird
definitely
shit.
me. I block tons of people, but every once in a while I'll go through and just dump it. But I went in and I was blocking the Dalai Lama for some reason. I'm
That's
like,
funny.
I wish I could trace. I wish I could trace that thought back though.
I blocked like Trump and
Where I'm
Hillary
like, fuck
during
this
the election.
guy. Yeah, no, I don't block. Trump's
sucks
Trump's
that
probably the
that's coming back
funniest
around.
person on Twitter. He
It
might be
sucks
one
that
of the
that's coming
funniest
back
people on
around.
Twitter.
OJ's pretty funny.
Oh, dude, I have OJ. Would you want to do an OJ thing right now?
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, that's natural flow. Shout out to Reamer and Bradfo too. They talked about us. They played clips.
I know you told me that.
And they talk about Reamer talks about OJ a lot. But he is so funny. Shout out to Reams. Why don't people love Alex Reamer? All right. Oh yeah.
People like to hate people. Like they like to pick a person.
Yeah.
I don't understand why, like who they pick, but they like in Boston media they pick people. They're like, we don't like this guy.
No,
like it's wrestling. Like
that's exactly what it is.
It's
Mutt
crazy.
is the new Mutt made it. And he was that guy forever.
Exactly. Okay, so this is OJ. I'll play it.
Hey, Twitter world, it's me, yours truly, sitting at my house waiting to watch this debate, to hear a bunch of people who think they're capable of running our country. It should be interesting because, to be honest, I don't know most of these guys, but I'm interested to hear what they have to say, and I think every American should be watching this. So
I do think he's.
I
if
guess
he
we got
murdered
about
those
38
people,
minutes to go.
He's just
so
such a total.
Won't be long now. Take care.
Because
Oh,
in this clip, dude, I think I'm a good judge of character.
Yeah.
I'm getting no.
You get no murder.
I'm getting no murder.
I disagree.
All right, I love that we disagree because all I get right here is like every old man in Florida is like this.
No.
Well, we should watch
yeah.
this and
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like them,
but that's how you know.
What they have to say.
Like you come in your house, everything's real quiet, but like like Fox News is on. Everything's like arranged a certain way. OJ likes things a certain way.
Oh, you mean the home?
I think everything.
I'm just going on
but I'm
him.
saying like he's a complete murderer. Like he's a like that's how you know he's in your house. You're like OJ's fucking hair. Like all those things are in a line.
Okay.
Look at him. He's a
He played again.
yeah.
I think see, I'm focusing just on his
To hear a
voice
bunch
and
of
his
people
body
who think they're
language and his
capable of
face.
running our country.
what,
I
his
know he's
nin-
an actor.
his Ninja Turtle
honest,
face.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know he's an actor.
But,
Jesus,
interested
fucking
to hear
Leonardo.
what they have to say, and I think every American should be watching this. So, I guess we got about 38 minutes to
There's
go.
a thing he
so
does there
won't
that
be long
he
now.
does a thing in the middle that's very deliberate.
care.
He goes, he does this
Honest,
thing people do in
I
acting
don't know
school.
most of these things. Because, be honest, I don't
that
know
it?
most.
I don't know
most.
most. That's something bad actors do.
Because, be honest, I don't know most.
That's something a bad actor does to show. He said, "I don't know," right? Like I'm confused. It's something. It's something in acting class. They'd be like, cut, Mr. Noonan. Don't hem it up. Come on.
But you got taught in the 2000s. He got taught in the 80s.
no, and he's not. He's never got taught.
You don't think he did? You don't think he
probably
like,
took
gave
a
him a
lesson
couple?
or two? But he's still. I mean, it's not something you can get taught and still do it. You know?
Yeah.
But that to me, when it's a thing that really stands out as disingenuous.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are disingenuous when they're filming a selfie. But it's just so
He filmed 40 of those before we got that one.
well, lately I've been thinking
That
about
wasn't-
that's fucking true too.
That's the 40th one.
And there's like moments where like
He's like, oh, I
It's
fucked
not-
it up. I want to say,
it got dark outside. There's a cloud.
yeah.
Fuck.
Don't call her Pocahontas.
Yeah, you said Pocahontas. Too hard.
Hey,
I've been
ho.
fascinated lately with the idea of how long life can be in the sense of Keanu Reeves has been famous twice. O.J. Simpson
Nah,
is somehow doing this.
so crazy.
It feels like O.J. Simpson has been a murderer, been gone, been a guy who got arrested for his shit in Vegas,
Done.
gone. Now he's back again.
Yeah, what's he gonna do now?
And now we're talking about it again. It's like, how is there enough time in life?
And he's my favorite person on Twitter right now.
Keanu, yeah, me too.
I
Keanu
like
Reeves, though.
Kumi's parody, and I like that. Like,
But isn't there a thing of, yeah, Kumi's, but isn't there a thing about how, like, like, OJ looks a little different. Keanu looks ever so slightly different.
but better.
But I don't know. But it's something very interesting to all that about me. Like
Are you
these.
saying it's a simulation?
No, I don't think that. But it kind of makes me think you're never done.
Yeah.
Like someone.
Well, it's wrestling. Like, not to bring wrestling up again, but like people will not let Hulk Hogan go.
It's true.
Like, let's get it. Like, can we get Hulk Hogan back in
yeah,
this
you
thing?
just like old things, you
Yeah.
know. But it would be something I would show people in the. You know, if someone has someone gets canceled, as they say, right? Like,
Yeah.
like Jussie Smollett, right? That guy's fucking
They're bringing charges up possibly again.
dunzo, right? As Fourier would say. I've been fucking saying that so much. Dunzo. It's so funny. He said that about Chara and he was wrong. It's like Charles Dunzo.
Dunzo. It's not
It's
bad.
such a perfect.
I kind of like it.
I've been saying it like crazy. I love it. Dunzo. Like I started saying it to mock him, and now I'm
Yeah. That's
like,
how it always happens,
Dunzo.
too.
Feels Dunzo. But if someone, I don't like Jussie Smollett. I think he's a piece of shit. But if I were his agent,
think it's
I would
hilarious.
be like, "Hey, come here. Come in my office. Here is the guy who plays Luke Skywalker. Here is O.J. Simpson. You got Mark Hamill, O.J.
Yeah.
Simpson, Keanu Reeves. They're all having great years.
Yeah.
No one would have fucking even called them.
Yeah.
I mean, Keanu always kind of has worked. But people now, it's just never over is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And really to the point of being legit cool again. Like
Is this the most? Yeah. Is this the most popular Keanu? It's gonna
he's
be
probably
right.
the most popular he's ever been. I don't think he ever, even when he was,
He deserves it. I love those
even when he
movies.
was in the Matrix, people were like, he's just in those movies. He's not like a Hollywood
yeah.
star.
Yeah, it's just these last ones for me.
But now he's a guy who's just,
I love
he
him.
makes a project.
It's him and
But you realize
Tom Cruise.
it's because of memes, though. He's so beloved. Like that's
What do
what's
you
weird.
mean?
Well, because Keanu Reeves somehow got famous. the sad Keanu thing. He didn't like that
yeah.
for a while.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then he kind of embraced it though. Then he started doing meme type things and getting
kinda
photographed
interesting.
doing it. Then he gets beloved by the internet and like, oh, holy shit, John Wick is #1 at the box office. Like Keanu Reeves
Yeah.
is fucking genius, man.
The only thing, like,
Movies are marketed on Reddit now. Not
you're probably right, but the
magazines.
only thing, I didn't know anything about that, and I think he's amazing because of the
No,
John Wick
he
movies,
is.
too.
I think
Yeah.
that's another thing. Someone goes, why? Keanu's awesome and no one knows it.
Yeah.
So it still starts in
Dude,
that
Speed.
way.
Watch Speed today. That movie's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
It's funny to me how I never thought of him as an action star, even though he is an action star.
Speed's the best movie.
That's what I think. That's a compliment to him. Is that I was always like, oh yeah, Speed's an action movie.
It's a good point. Yeah. It's got a lot to it, though.
In my mind, Speed's kind of a drama.
You're right. I want to watch Speed.
Speaking of OJ, I saw Speed with my baseball team the night. So I come back from watching Speed, which takes
Every
place on
white
an
kid
LA
has like
freeway.
a memory of when like the
Yeah.
OJ stuff happened.
But then I come home from that, and then my parents are watching the OJ car chase on TV live, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and my little kid brain was just so it couldn't handle that coincidence.
So crazy.
Like, I was just looking at the LA freeway
And now
in a car chase with helicopters, and now I'm watching it, and like I couldn't handle that. I still think about that all the time. Isn't that crazy?
that is crazy.
What else you got? You got a lot of cool.
What do you want to do? Do you want to do some weird stuff? Do you want? There's a lot of.
I mean, I saw Heather Graham.
Oh yeah. This is just like a Heather Graham's still a smoke show. I didn't
She's a
really have a
smoke
story.
We need some. Yeah, let's do some TNA on
yeah,
this.
I didn't. Really,
Why don't we add that?
yeah.
That's what made Barstool.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, just like whatever. Like she's 49 years old. It's for me. It's what it's always gonna be. It's like 45+ year old chicks that I've been like kind of been blowing my mind for the last couple of years.
All right, I'm gonna be like a little bit of a tool here.
Okay.
I don't like that headline that hasn't aged a day.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I
Because
agree.
She's aged, but she just is.
She's
hot.
definitely aged. Yeah, she's definitely aged.
There's a thing that I think women think that men don't like older chicks or want to fuck them.
I think-
it's like that's not true. Men just don't want. Men just want. It's like hot chicks are hot
Yeah, exactly.
at any age.
Exactly.
I see women. Maybe though,
But
that's
it's getting
'cause as
older.
I get
though.
older.
But it's getting older. Like Tom Brady's still a quarterback. Chicks are hotter way longer.
Well,
than they used to
everyone's
be.
lasting longer.
It's pretty amazing.
I guess though. I guess that's true. But I'm saying like, when I was 22, I still saw women in their 40s and 50s and were like, she's dope, you know?
So
Or
I
hot.
don't remember 50s. I don't remember. I don't
In
remember
New York
thinking
City
50s.
occasionally.
Yeah. So maybe you had
But yeah, it is. People are.
I was with Boston
well,
Sevens.
that's like men
It's true.
and women though. I feel like the what do you call it? The formula to get cut has been perfected. So it's you can like get that couch. You can get like a book, and if you really follow it, you
like
will
a
have
keto
abs
diet.
and
You have
stuff.
like. I don't think that's true for everyone though, because like there's standouts.
Oh,
there's just like
definitely
flat
not
out
true for everyone,
standouts.
but there's people now who I think kind of in the way in the past you would go, wow, I'm gonna get into playing guitar. People
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
like, I'm just gonna get into yoga.
And playing guitar.
Yeah. But it is this thing sometimes where I think sometimes women are too hard on themselves sometimes where they're like, oh, I'm getting old and it's over. It's like, no, there's
Well, I like what you said. Like, it's like you can tell like she's aged.
Yeah,
but
she
she's
just
still
looks good.
she's still a smoke show. I like that she's aged though. I hate what they do when they all look kind of
I don't like the frozen face look.
almost like it's like a
Housewives.
yeah, it's painted on.
You can see like what's her name on the, like my chick watches the Housewives. And
I watch all the
I
Housewives
hate
shows
to
also.
say it, man. It's good, right? Like the other day I was kind of like,
Dude, let's just do a podcast on the Housewives
other
show.
day
Let's cancel this show and let's just do a Housewives because I would definitely do that.
She'd be so happy. She'd be so happy to hear me say it.
I would
but
definitely do
The
that.
other day I was alone and I thought I could watch that. Like, you know
Which
what I mean?
one did she watch? All of them?
She watches
or-
them. She's the biggest fan. She knows them all.
All right, yeah.
But I was thinking, the New York one is the one that makes me laugh the most.
That's my favorite one.
They're so ridiculous. Those women.
Yeah, Sonia Morgan is probably the funniest lady.
Which one is she? Can you pull her face up?
Yeah.
But see, they to me, some of them are looking way too fucked up and worked on.
Well, especially like the I'm typing on the wrong thing.
I also like the LA ones. Lisa Rinna is
Yeah, that's the Beverly Hills
one of my chick's favorites. But she still looks good, but she's had a lot of work, but she's had good work, I'd say. Definitely.
No, Lisa Rinna, but you can tell, like, that's like the...
Whoa, Luis Gomez and Opie were hanging out today.
So that was real? I never thought that was real. So this is Sonia Morgan.
It was tweeted the picture.
I thought he was just, like, trolling him. I really did.
No, but I think... I mean, they can still hang out.
It'd be cool.
He's not an idiot. Like, he knows...
It'd be cool.
Opie knows...
I like Opie show. So.
Opie knows... I thought it was so transparent that Opie was like... It was... Skankfest was this massive success, and then Opie's like, I want to get involved with you guys now that you're clearly...
I didn't see it like that, but I definitely... Yeah.
I couldn't help but see it that way. Oh, yeah, I recognize
She's kind of the drunk one. Recently, she's been very drunk.
Oh, yeah, they were telling her...
She fell down.
They were telling her she needed to go to AA, and then she did do... Yeah, they went to an AA meeting, and then she was all judgmental.
I might have missed that one, but...
Come on, Paul.
Yeah, I might have missed that
episode.
one. I might not be there.
Well, Heather Graham, great nude scene in Boogie Nights. That's the one I remember.
I mean, everybody does.
Roller Girl.
The Austin Powers movie.
But yeah, she's...
I loved her in the Austin Powers movie.
Yeah,
I really
look
did.
at what's her name? Look at Joe Rogan, right? He's 49. They're the same age.
Joe Rogan's like 55.
Is he?
Yeah, Joe Rogan's old as fuck.
So he's
TRT.
shredded.
That's what I'm saying. TRT.
So
though.
everyone's taking this stuff.
Yeah, I think ladies just take like HGH and a little cocktail other stuff.
Well, I don't want to be a fucking prick here either, but you know, we're living in the digital age. I mean, there's a lot of filtering happening.
Do you think there's a lot there?
Well,
I feel like there's not a lot in this one.
I've met some on-camera talent and some
Yeah.
famous and not so famous.
And you're like,
people,
"Ooh."
you just go, wow. There's a lot of.
Yeah.
You can't tell sometimes when a chick has like a pound of makeup on with a filter and stuff like that.
It's definitely true.
A lot of people on TV and like newscasters and people sideline reporters and stuff.
That sucks for me because I always think they're super hot, and then like I've seen a ton of them in real life. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's a weird thing. It's a weird one.
Just a bunch of cats taped together.
Yeah, it's a lot of. They have a weird job. That's a very strange job. I don't think people realize how much newscasters are like actors.
Oh, it's bizarre too. Like
They're basically actors.
They have to take it so seriously for insane, stupid local news.
Yeah, and at a certain point in their career, they actually start to think that they are like cops on some level, like part of it.
Yeah.
Like, listen, it's tough out there. And I just, you're just, what? I dated I don't even want to talk about it. It was like, I immediately was like, I can't hang in this world.
Yeah.
To run towards people having a bad day and be like, ah.
Yeah, exactly. How much blood?
And to be excited about it.
Well, it's like this. You'd have to cover stories like this one. This is man charged.
Fucking expert.
Man charged with pink flamingo death was later killed in a car crash. So
okay, karma.
Yeah. So this
Florida
guy,
man.
yeah, basically he just went to Busch Gardens and murdered a famous like flamingo.
Oh.
That's pretty much what happened.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Drunk.
Yeah, probably the same reason he had like probably a car crash.
19 years old. The flamingo. That's
Yeah,
fucking nuts.
Pinky had a name.
That's not a very creative name.
Look at this guy.
Oh, what a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Get him. Just lock him up. Look at the fucking neck on that t-shirt.
Just
Holy
dumb
shit.
hair. We could just do a Jeff Shaver.
Yeah, I was just going to
too.
say an honorary just shave it,
Just
bro.
fold
What
it
a
into
penis. I hate this guy.
one. His head looks like a penis, kind of like a.
Yeah, he
not-
really does. I fucking hate that guy.
Imagine though, like you go and you murder. Like he didn't murder the bird. He broke the bird's foot.
So
and
he
then it
did-
had to be killed.
Oh, really?
It had to be euthanized
Oh,
later.
so he didn't like
He
choke
might
it.
as well. No, he didn't choke it.
I thought he threw it by the neck. I don't know why, but that's just what I assumed right off the
Let's
bat.
see. Let's see. Yeah, he grabbed her by the neck.
Well,
You weren't wrong. Threw her to the ground.
see, that'll kill a flamingo, man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Look at his face too. One eye, a little
just
smaller than the other eye.
Honest to God, that's a very average looking guy, and but
It's like
bad
the
kind.
It's like the ogre in like the default ogre in Skyrim.
It's a low end
Or
human.
troll.
Correo.
So then, yeah, let's see how he got killed though.
He's just a piece of shit drunk.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Avoid alcohol and take medication.
Oh, it says, wait a minute. It says he has schizophrenia.
Yeah, he had to take his.
Oh, if he has schizophrenia, I'll give him a little bit of a break. He's,
You know how psychologist works. You know the law is everyone's.
yeah,
something.
could hear a voice.
Yeah.
One voice. that
Who couldn't?
says, Flamingo.
Yeah, flamingo.
Well, he's flamingoing to jail.
Going to hell.
And he'll have a pinky up his butthole.
Pinky often performed a toe tapping behavior out of the water for guests.
Oh. Out of the water for you. It's a Pinky. Oh, man. Pinky, the 19-year-old flamingo. It was probably the slowest. He probably was trying to catch one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Old Pinky was like
Tapping his foot.
Pinky's like, let me just tap my toes.
Oh, you're gonna give me some treats.
Everyone loves
Diddly-dee.
Yep.
They're Irish.
They're only pink because of what they eat.
Yeah.
That's what everyone meant. I thought I had a fact for you. Paul's like, yeah, no.
No, but does it make you think you could make them like different colors if you fed them some crazy shit? Make some blue flamingos.
You know, if that was possible,
Maybe they should get on
there'd be like red flamingos at Fenway.
Yeah.
There'd be flamingos everywhere. If that were possible.
I don't know though.
I think they're
Maybe
only
not.
white or pink.
But why? Why just pink?
I know.
Why can't some other colors bleed through if I feed
That
them
is true.
only blue?
They were big in
only
Florida,
blue
Paul.
lobster.
What's funny is when I was in Florida, they're on everyone's lawn. It's a very kitschy thing to have on your lawn, pink flamingos.
Oh, is it?
And some people had mailboxes.
I like them kind of.
There were 3 mailboxes that were very
It's like
popular: manatee, dolphin, flamingo. And I was like, it must be like when you buy your house, you're like, what kind? Who
am I?
Who am I? We all talked about it. I was like, I think I'm a dolphin guy.
Well, it's like the Florida calendar of the year. Each has like a different animal. It's like alligator, flamingo, like
Year of the flamingo.
yeah.
That's probably what this fucking dude was thinking. I would love to know. That article didn't have it, but I would love to know what his motivations were.
Yeah. He's just drunk.
Yeah, but I mean, even in that drunk.
A bird attacked him. I've been attacked by a bird. I get it.
Yeah, let's go fucking.
I get it. I understand. I'm not saying I sympathize with the man. All right, this is
Whoa.
this isn't for us. This is a long time ago, but it's a lot of people who hate the mentality of just shave it, bro. And it's very, very funny.
I was like, is this at
No, it's not.
Holy.
I don't think it was. It was 8 months ago, so it's possible. No,
it's not possible.
No. I think we started like 7 months ago, something like that.
I think in order to pull off this shaved head look, this is an interesting question. This is a fucking interesting point.
Read it.
I think that in order,
I can make it bigger. If you
can
want.
we agree that just shave it, bro, isn't the be-all, end-all solution for balding men? This question was posed by UTrackerFF on Reddit. I think that in order to pull off the shaved head look, you need A, a quite strong, prominent masculine features, jaw, eyes, etc. 2, B, the ability to grow facial hair, solid brows, the ability to grow hair, and C, 3, a good cranial shape.
Cranial.
That's like the cop giving the interview thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that these should be decided.
Not saying.
But unfortunately, many people did not end up looking. A lot of people end up looking like cancer patients. I'm mainly saying this because somebody balding, as you all here know, get the same knee-jerk reaction from other people. Hey, I think you should pull off a bald look. Just shave it, bro. But many balding men also know they look like shit. I also think many men would look much better with this. Well, this is like, this guy can write for us because this is just shave it,
it's
bro.
pretty much
That's the question we ask every week.
Exactly.
He's right. It's not
for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
But it's for more people than you'd think. You just
And I do think you get used to it.
yeah.
You though,
Your heads are fine.
I've known you for years.
Yeah.
And it's one day here, one day there. It could look so different. Just a hint of stubble,
Oh, it's completely
or
different.
no stubble
It's
at
completely
all,
different.
is like
Yeah. It's completely different.
And then 2 days later, when it's an inch long, it's each one is so. And
Yeah.
then based on your facial hair,
Yeah, exactly.
the only time I've ever been caught off guard by you is when it's like dead winter.
Yeah, winter.
Fresh shave, like fresh shaved face, fresh shaved head, dead of
okay.
winter. I'm like, wow, like.
So something's happened. I'm
That's
probably like emotionally unstable.
That's
then.
only, well, I'll just be like, that's like.
Yeah, that's the most extreme
No
one though.
sun.
That's the most extreme one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most extreme one.
And I
But
won't
then
do
all
that
the-
often either.
No, it'd be extremely rare, but that would be the only. I always mention it to him. I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. In
Then
the
there's-
summer,
or the times you like rush shave your head and you have like cuts all over your head.
yeah. It's not even like rush. It's just the blade. It's like a random blade. And it's me not throwing the blade away. I should just like immediately
No,
dump
Paul. It's rushing.
it. Yeah.
I do
just
that
gotta-
too, though. I'll keep I use electric blades, but I'll keep one way too long and just rip.
Yeah. I don't keep them long. I only use it once because they're so cheap. Like it's like for like a year's worth, it's probably $20.
Really?
Yeah. So they cost nothing almost.
Is it like a razor? Like
Yeah. It's called like a double, like a safety razor.
oh, hey, you haven't cut it much lately.
I don't go all the way down because it's I don't know. I don't think it's good. Like I'm afraid of the sun.
You did a couple Twitch episodes, right, where you shaved your head?
I used to
watched
do
one
that
time.
a lot.
Yeah, I
used to do
watched
that
a couple of those.
That's probably how Just Shave Bro kind of started in a weird way. I wonder if I
Just
still have those.
Just Shave It Bro is fantastic. That's my favorite part of the show. So I think this guy makes a great point.
Okay, but hang on. I'll share another thing that I found that I didn't have. But it's also there's an incel website,
Oh,
and
I love
they're
these
also
guys.
talking about Just Shave Bro too.
Well, the incels are second to
There we
Mandela
go.
effect people as the dumbest fucks on the internet.
Dude, there's a website. I might do this once a week. Find something on their fucking website.
Incels?
Yeah.
Oh, they are so. We might have to do an incel. We should do an incel. It vaguely falls into politics, but we don't have to do that aspect
Yeah.
of it.
I don't know.
So what's this?
It's pretty much.
Oh, people shitting on these guys for going bald.
But it's like they're drawing in the hair and stuff.
I always like Larry David's sort of takes on being bald and wanting to hang out with other bald people.
Everyone he hires is bald.
Yeah. Chef he finds out his chef wears a toupee and he gets pissed off. All right, what's this guy saying? That's a Just Shave It Bro to me, big
Yeah.
time.
Under direct light, I can see that I already have less dense hair in all DHT sensitive areas. That's the DHT is the testosterone that it peaks in certain people and that causes hair loss. And it's usually like in like the where it's
T-zone.
crowning on his head. Yeah. So it's pretty much a possibility. I look like this at age 25 to 27.
Minoxidil? That's too late for that.
It depends.
He
Dude,
can
this
save
guy's-
that back. I hear the minoxidil stuff only works on like the crown of your head, like
Look
the.
at this motherfucker. That's a rough one.
That's just a.
That
That's
guy's
a,
got to shave his head.
That's just a Just Shave It Bro.
He's got a fine head too. It's a normal shaped head.
What's sad about him is that hair is so thick on the sides. He was probably told his
Oh,
whole
I
life,
know.
like, you'll never go bald.
I know.
You got the thickest hair.
And
But look, man, he looks. I know it's just one photo of a dude we don't know, but man, you can feel the sadness coming through that
it
face.
sucks.
You know, it does suck. And you know, the difference between
You,
being single and being that guy and having a girlfriend who doesn't give a fuck and being that guy is such a difference.
oh yeah.
Because it sucks to be single and out there and feel like, oh man, all these women don't dig me because I'm bald. You don't know if that's why. There could be a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But that's the reason you're giving it.
Yeah.
As soon as that guy gets in a good relationship, he's
Nothing
like,
changes.
he's like,
other-
I don't give a fuck
yeah.
about being bald anymore.
Yeah.
Starts shaving his head or not shaving it.
But you know what I would say about these dudes? Like, not to bring up Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan's 5'6",
Yeah.
bald, could just be a fat, gross dude.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you could all. I'm not saying you could all be Joe Rogan, but like,
No, it's
do a
true.
little work. Like,
there's
he's
so many.
there's a million things about Joe Rogan where you could be like, this guy doesn't have a chance.
There's so many
He's-
balding men who have done so well. It's like 50% of men.
do it.
So I mean,
Buy
LeBron
some
James,
testosterone. Buy whatever you got to do. Like,
or just own it or don't own it. Wear a toupee. You have options.
I think the testosterone thing's a big thing. I think people need to. We're all gonna replace our shit coming in the future.
I wonder if it's a thing that women.
I don't think it's as successful in women. I don't think it's as
I just
good.
know. I mean, my whole thing is,
It's easier
I think
for
women
men.
women are, a lot of women. If it's like they like what their dad was, if their dad had a beard,
Yeah.
they like beards. If their dad
That's
was
probably true.
male pattern baldness, they like male pattern baldness.
Probably true, but
You just kinda have to
I'm
find
thinking
someone
more of
who
the
likes you.
testosterone for your own health, though. I think it just extends your
Yeah, they say
longevity
that.
a lot.
40s, right?
Yeah, they say, well, like there's like 30, you start dipping. By 40, you got to really start thinking about it.
I always wonder about that. So
I've done it. I've taken
taking tea.
test. No. But taking test, like just to see the numbers, just to see like where it's going.
At the doctor?
Yeah.
He asked for it?
You have to pay for it, but yeah, insurance does not cover that.
Interesting.
Mine doesn't, at least. they're like, what? What do you want? I'm like, I need.
Test my tea.
I've done it like 3 or 4 times just to
Wow.
see like where it is, and it's going down. It's fucking definitely going down. Nothing
Damn.
crazy, but it's not going up.
So that's what I don't get about this whole idea of, they say if you have a lot of testosterone, you go bald.
Well, it's DHT. We can look that up. It's a different form of testosterone. Like it's like a almost like a metabolite type of thing where it's your body processes testosterone, and this is one of a dihydrotestosterone, and its role in baldness.
It is funny though how you're really trying to fight nature with
Yeah, exactly.
that, and I feel like that's a little bit risky. I used a little Rogaine when it first started to like thin in the back, and I was like, after a month of using it, and it did work, but after a month of using it, I might go back to it too. But I thought, I'm feeling a little bit weird.
Kind of fuck with your.
It's just fucking with me, and I was like, well, dude, do I care this much about
Yeah.
this that I
Your
want to
hair.
like?
I've never noticed your hair at all.
No.
Your hair
But,
looks-
there's a thing with my like part in the back where if
it's
it
a
gets
certain
long
way,
and I have hat
yeah.
head, I don't like the way it looks, and I'm always like, me, I'm like, let's get ahead of things. Let's get ahead of it.
Yeah.
And
But it's different. Like what I was saying before, like people supplement testosterone, but that's different. Testosterone's like an androgynous thing in your body that your body's used to accepting.
Yeah, that's
so like
true.
you can just set the levels, and like you don't just take a shitload. You have to you have to really go to the doctor and check your levels. 'Cause
Yeah.
You don't want
too much either.
no, like you'd think you would, like you'd be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No,
but
you
like,
can get like cancer from that.
Yeah, all sorts of really bad,
it's
aggressive
super
cancers.
bad, yeah.
But like there's like a good level that you can keep yourself
I
within.
met a guy once in New York who had double testicular cancer, and he had to apply testosterone to his body every day through a gel.
Oh yeah, that happens to people. You can get that.
But he was in control of that number.
Yeah.
So he could be like, oh, he could add a little more sometimes, take a little less.
I would never be able to do that because I always take too much.
Imagine. I remember thinking like, wow, if people could get their hands on that gel.
People can though. It's out
I
there.
know.
I've seen it. So like, I don't
know,
even
though.
go
I
to
think-
gym.
I
I don't
just
even
think-
go to gyms anymore, and I like immediately knew people that were using stuff.
I think the spirit of just
crazy.
shave it, bro, Paul, is that
It's people feeling good about themselves. That's really what it is.
I think the
It's
spirit
really
of
not
just shave
making
it, bro,
fun of
is
them.
like, I just was looking at this poor guy, whoever this dude is we were just looking at. It's like, that stinks, man. But what we're saying here with just shave it, bro, is get the fuck rid of that.
Yeah, exactly. Put
Well-
something on top of it. Figure something out that,
Figure
that
it
you can
out.
just like feel happy about yourself. Like,
But
I
get
don't
rid of
really
that
care
today.
Like I don't really care about your goddamn
Yeah.
head. Like it's
Just-
more about you. Like
Yeah, we're just looking out for you.
we don't
And
care.
Just shave it, bro, is like, get rid of that right now. And if
Yeah.
you need to cover your head with Rogaine for a while to feel good,
or don't.
Or
and that's
don't, or
fine
wear a
too.
hat, but
but
that's
like,
a bad look, though.
yeah. If you're like worried about how you look, people don't like that.
But
That's all I'm
just
saying.
shave it, bro, though, is also, we have seen guys on the street and we go in our heads, just
dude.
shave that. Like,
you're-
if you see that, you go,
Yeah.
this dude looks so much worse with that hair than he would look with a bald head.
So true.
That's bottom
It feels
line.
great too. Like I'll tell you, like when I shave my head, like when you first do it, you feel a little bit like a warrior. Just a little bit like
I
you prepared
bet
for
you
something.
do, man.
Like it's like you prepared for something.
Well, that is
Something manly and important.
Sort of a
That's like
Native
what-
American
That's what it
thing,
feel-
right?
That's really what it feels like, though. I'm not kidding. I am.
And if you were truly a warrior, you wouldn't want hair. Someone could just grab you by the hair.
To be fair, most of the time I do it, it's late at night and I'm really stoned. So I'm like, I'm a warrior.
know what you mean, man. It's like when I clean my bowling balls. Just takes. It's also a sphere.
Let's do this one more.
Do we have Just Shave It Bros on top of that?
No, not really.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
I
probably
think we
for the
did
best.
enough Jet Shave.
That's probably for the best, yeah.
But I thought this was pretty good. This is kind of interesting. Smartphones may be causing a new bone growth in skulls. Do you see anything about this?
This fucking... Let's just mark it on the calendar that this is the first of millions of stories that will come out.
Or is this a Howie Mandela effect?
No, this is real. Oh, how... No, but this is the kind of thing...
I kind of feel it.
I said in my act like 2 years
Dude,
ago.
I kind of feel it. I think I have one.
2-3 years ago, I've been saying in my act like, oh yeah, let's just keep our cell phones next to our genitals all day long. Messages coming in and out of space. This is not going to fuck up future generations whatsoever.
Not at all. Yeah.
Keeping it radiation right next to our balls and dick and women's wombs all day long.
I think it's real though, because I kind of feel like I have it.
I
It's
know,
made from looking down, is what they're saying.
Doctor was telling me that there's a new type of carpal tunnel people have that goes from like using your thumb all the time all the way
Like
up
that.
your arm into your shoulder. A
Wow.
lot of guys have it from playing video games, and
Wow.
but it also comes from smartphone use. But there's a new, but you can
So crazy. I believe it
thumb
100%.
usage.
My thumbs are so weak. I have weak thumbs.
It's
I do. I have weak thumbs.
what makes you think that?
I don't know. That's like what I injured. That's what's still fucked up in my hand.
That's
They're
funny. I
just
feel
like shitty
sometimes I have
hands.
good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I have good.
Like my wrist healed from when I fucked it up. My thumb is still all fucking weak and jacked up. It is. I just like, I know they're weak. They've always been weak. I'm not good at thumb wrestling.
I do a lot of like. I try and keep my fingers nimble. My thumbs and fingers nimble.
I don't. My hands are so bad. I've screwed my hands up so bad. I'm like a.
My bowling babies. These
Yeah,
are my
exactly.
bowling babe. I only need this one though.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing about bowling. You're like,
I don't give a fuck about this
give a
other
fuck about
hand.
this left hand. When I called into Bradfro and Reamer, I bowled while I called, and I actually bowled very well. Literally made a note of maybe I should stand up straighter.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask you. You're telling me a little kid saw Spider-Man at the bowling alley.
Oh yeah, we should do that story.
Yeah. Do you want
He
to
came up to me. I'm at bowling. I'm at the bowling league. You know how much I love Spider-Man?
Yeah,
That's what makes
this is- You had a Spider-Man shirt on,
It's a great
right?
moment. Yeah, I love Spider-Man. If you've ever been to my apartment, there's a lot of Spider-Man.
Regalia.
Almost in the sense of it's hacky. Like Seinfeld loved Superman. I remember how he kind of was like a side thing that he loves Superman. Well, I love Spider-Man, and I just do. I always.
Your apartment's set up as like a sitcom. It kind of actually makes sense. Like your room set up as like a.
It was a lot like a sitcom set.
This is
But,
too.
even the color scheme of my room,
It's Spider-Man.
I
Pretty
took the
much,
colors of a Spider-Man picture and I got the blue and the red and the. So I love Spider-Man. So I'm at bowling league last week and 2 weeks ago, and I'm bowling and I got my Spider-Man T-shirt on. But as I've said many times, it's not a lot of white dudes at the bowling league.
Nah.
For the most part, it's all types, but it's mostly black and Asian, I'd say, with Hispanic and white.
Yeah.
Like
Sprinklings.
peppered on. So there's 2 leagues happening at the same time, and there's this beginner league, and there's an older woman in the league, and she brought like her grandson or something with her. He's this little kid, little black kid, probably like 5, 6, that like great age.
The perfect age.
Where they're just fun and they're kind of like up for shit, but you can kind of tell them to, hey, back up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're a little under control, and that's like just perfect, right? So he comes running up to me. I see him kind of running around that bowling alley, sort of like getting into shit, and people be like, you know, don't like no one's being mean to him, but
But he's just in everything.
It's that age where like
Yeah.
you kind of feel like people are always going like no, you know.
Yeah.
So he's and I'm just bowling in my league or whatever. So I'm focused, you know. I'm not bowling time, but I am.
You're still having fun.
I always have fun, and I always kind of like being a wise ass. So this kid comes up to me and he goes, I feel a little pull on my shirt while I'm like going over my thing. Little tiny like I look down. It's this little
Tiny.
5-year-old black kid. He goes, "Are you Spider-Man?" Like, psst. Are you Spider-Man? And then I kind of, luckily, the improv acting training took over, but I was like, yes. I was like, don't tell anybody, all right? I was like, I only get one night a week to bowl. And he's like, big eyes.
He's so into it. Yeah.
And then okay. And then he goes over and he's like, and then he kept walking back and forth, checking us out, and he giving me like nods every time. And then finally, at the end, he said he had his grandma. He's like, he's Spider-Man, and this other guy was dying laughing. This other black guy started laughing. He looked at me, he started laughing. He goes, he's Spider-Man. I go, I told you not to tell anybody. But it was like, you know, you do the math. This kid, like, if he loves Spider-Man cartoons and he watches them all the time, Spider-Man is like a 6-foot white guy,
lanky white
guy with brown hair, big brown hair. You know,
have a Spider-Man shirt on. Too.
And I had a Spider-Man shirt on. And I'm sitting there at bowling, and I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm like, bleed, and I'm like making fun of everyone, and I'm being a wise ass. I was like, to a 5-year-old, I could be Spider-Man. So he made my day.
Yeah, you definitely made his day. That definitely blew his little mind.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Met Spider-Man.
And it was kind of like, people think, I've been saying it, even today I was saying it to someone, I go, people think it's a joke or whatever, or that I got into this in some kind of like mean way or some kind of way, like, oh, like these fucking weirdos at the bowling alley. But the truth is, tons of new this is like just a new group of people that I'm hanging out with, and they're like a bunch of them have really become, there are some weirdos there, but I've made a bunch of friends there, and a bunch of nice, like, sweet shit like this happens too all the time. Like,
it's awesome.
You know, I don't know a lot of old black people, and now I do, you know, and it's like
now you have an old black
white
friend.
people, old black people, that everyone's got something to say. But I always say bowling, any kind of hobby like that,
it's a unifier. Yeah.
Played me and
it's legitimate
my
diversity too.
Partner,
that's the coolest thing.
Yeah, we play with these dudes. They're Americans, but they are so Chinese that they don't really speak English that well.
Yeah.
Even though they were kind of raised here, they still don't really fully were ever like allowed to, I think,
fully assimilate
and integrate. So I'm like, man, but we're all hanging out and laughing about bowling, but like with not using too much language. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, but yeah, exactly right. This is the way it's supposed to be.
It's real. It's not forced. It's
not forced.
It's real. You're all there for pure bowling.
Just the love of the game.
Do you want to do scratch ticket?
Let's do scratch ticket. I gotta pee. I've been holding pee for a while.
What do you got coming up?
I'm at Giggles. First weekend of July. So that's, just come see me at Giggles. I know Flat Cat's going to be there, I think.
She was in the chat today. She said hello.
What up? I don't know.
Some medicine for you when she sees you next month.
There you go, medicine. Yeah. Next month, but it's in a week. She's doing one of those.
It's next month, though.
I know. It's one of those, like, see you next year. I do that. I'm like totally that guy who makes the dad joke, so I'm not hating. Dude, I've had no luck. I just want to mention before I do this final line, this was the last in a roll.
So you thought.
So it was just sitting there lonely. So I go, is that like a last in a roll? She goes, yep. I go, let me get that one. But I've bought a few this week just on my own. No luck. Like, no luck. Not even like the $5 back. And I think we're striking out again. 369, which is... That's my spare system that I'm doing right now in bowling is a 369 spare system. So I should have thought that would be a winner. 369.17. We did not win. Dick.
Maybe next week.
But we won in our hearts and in our minds because through the power of friendship, anything is possible.
Kabam.
Peace out, everybody. Have a great week.